more. We need more light.
You do. Me. You're like, whenever I have a breakdown, I email you.
Oh wait, where are we right now? We're in the student lounge. Is that where we're at?
Yeah, we're in the student lounge.
There you are. Yeah, look at somebody in the parking lot.
And here's the man of the hour. Old John Garcia.
Oh, okay.
And Monica, she's been missing.
Alright, I'll let you take it. They're from him. So like, he's the I guess the center for.
And Han's over there pretending that he's smoking a cigarette.
You have everything? Can you warm up the... No music?
Mr. Walker. Then me, the beautiful, most gorgeous person in the world. The Adonis. Israel's coming in.
I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
Let me try the running shot.
I brought all my stuff from home. Nobody had anything.
Oh, I love it. I know, I have the actual, you know, email you sent me, but it's so much nicer in the flesh. Exactly. That's a great picture for you. Oh,
No, let's just have we're like gonna have our engaging discussion.
It doesn't have a hair.
Yeah, let's sit in a casual arrangement.
And where are you going?
Good. Some people want to sit.
I gotta lay your down.
These are great.
You need a picture?
Yes.
Wow.
Isn't that nice?
That's nice.
Thank you.
Trojan.
I know, they changed it. At first it said airman. And then I think on the
That guy right
alignment it
there,
says
man.
airman and then
Almost a different world. Opened up to me from reading the book. So it's big.
So people read the book,
This is a one book, one campus event.
but that doesn't mean anybody's read it. Does it?
I didn't know it was
Yeah.
your one book on this campus.
What?
Was it your one book? I didn't
You
know
do that
that.
every year? That's great. Do you have like a committee that decides for people?
Me and the sociology, but actually I asked the campus, you know, to nominate books, and I talked about it with Shelley, who's the coordinator of the whole series, but we're kind of going to separate out this event in the future, and then I'm going to have the club be responsible for it.
Really? You're right there.
Because they really
It's a
like
table, huh?
having,
It's a table.
an author.
Some of them are wobbly.
So it's more like, and we have had that. We had John Steinbeck's come and talk about his, and I'm going to have him come again. And Tom.
Etiquette, huh? Follow your etiquette. It's like this, huh? With pinky when you drink.
Yeah, and
Which one? The one on, yeah.
I work on my snobbish British accent.
Homegirl all the time. Yeah.
no, but who was the guy from New York that came?
Oh my gosh. The field working.
He did field work. And,
Oh, what's his name?
Listen.
No.
A year in the life or some
Yeah.
the
I
job.
can't think of his name.
Like in the,
that's why I need John. He's always-
The guy,
like farm worker?
he went, he's just a normal guy from New York, and you know, not middle class, just decided to go and see what it was like on the other side, and he went and worked in the fields.
Good.
You know,
He worked in the
lettuce.
chicken
It wasn't
factory.
preschool
He
now.
worked lettuce.
Yeah, I live with her.
Like
That's it.
flowers
Road.
in
We get by the place. Closer to the
Do you like it? No, it was 3 months or yeah.
Not too far.
Josh, that's what most people
Actually, it's pretty far off.
Well, he said he
I
was.
think I've heard of it.
That was something.
It's like on the outside of the campus.
What's his name? Not Gregory Thompson, but
You're right.
I don't know much about it.
skipping.
I never heard of.
I know, companies got lying, but
I was supposed to.
anyway.
I didn't want to get it wrong.
No, we're
I'm still thinking about it too.
Demonstrate
My head's in the way.
strategy.
No, yeah, I mean, I've heard
This
You're like
is
the camera guy.
qualitative analysis.
Move it over there.
Because my dad did, but, you know,
How he went into
I don't know, but I don't know what you guys
and
do like
discovered and talked about what it was like to be a farm worker in America. So,
I mean, because that's
The woman that they put in time.
yes,
Another book?
Do you guys try?
he has had.
There is something that should come under fire.
I think the fact that her information is not accurate. So, but I've never believed
Here's
that.
with the spoon.
I've read her other stuff.
Are they
I've
kind
read
of
her other
like
stuff, and
a little more lenient
The
with
hard
like
side.
county, leave the county and stuff?
back in 2009.
she just has a flair for how she describes.
Always varies with which legislation and which governor's in the office at the time, right? I mean, it's always changes. People are more conservative, you can say no. In fact, like what, 2009?
I had you my first semester at VC.
And those are my first semester in college. And they're like,
He was such a shit. He would say stuff like, he would say the craziest stuff in class.
Look at her butt. It's pretty tattered.
Let me sign your book, because if
This is
I
actually
sign,
for a friend of mine. Her name's Annie.
if I sign it now, then I don't have to do it afterwards.
Yeah.
So I can beat the traffic home.
you know, they always tell.
So this is too long?
You can't take something no matter what.
Why not?
Well, you know, not, yeah, but like, you
No,
know,
that's the only thing I ever
VA,
write.
when you get,
It's
you go in the
Annie with
military, you come out,
A-N-N-Y.
you get,
When did I sign your book?
I just had to do with some of my students last semester.
well, you know, that's, yeah, like, you know, I mean, like right now, federal, you know, since they can make an agreement, I don't know if you know, listen to that stuff, but, they just had this like super committee type
Okay.
And
get
people
together
go, well, what the heck's that mean?
to figure out like
You guys say, what the hell's that mean?
They didn't do anything. They didn't get anything done. They just said,
Here's
oh,
mine.
can't come to an agreement with Republicans, Democrats.
The difference shall I sign this?
Any other questions, folks? Now's your time.
I have a question.
Okay.
Excuse me,
Marie.
to Marie. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when I went to Home by Industry, one of the things that stands out to people when they read your book that I've talked to, because I use it in my classes, and students love kinship. Like they're just, when they read that kinship chapter, it's all they want to talk about is this kinship and community. And one thing I noticed when I went to Home by Industries was you feel like I didn't want to leave there. I felt like love. You know, I felt like, okay, I'm here now and I feel safe, but now I'm gonna have to leave and go home. So how do you keep, like, how do you take that kinship with you, and like, how do you make that part of your everyday life? Like, what is that? So this could be for anybody.
Jose, Miguel, we were talking about this actually on the way up here.
Were you?
It's like, they're like for myself, I see everybody as my family, you know, because that's the only way you feel love, like you say, you know, you feel the vibe, you feel everything, you feel comfortable around there. And it's just, it's like, it's crazy because you win everything that people that is killing each other and stuff like that, like they would actually shake their hands and hug each other and tell each other they love each other, but like out of the street, that doesn't really matter anymore. You know, it's just about homeboys now, and we're as a family. Everybody shows the love that we give around, because some of us don't have the love at the house or around the family, you know. But there, it's just like, even though you step out the door, you go to the street, you still feel that love because people still communicating with each other, you know. Yeah. So it's just like a brother
Like
and sister
tomorrow, we're
thing.
gonna, you know, Thanksgiving, and we've done this before. But a lot of people are saying, yeah, well, what are you gonna do for Thanksgiving? Nothing, there's no place to go or anything, so we're gonna have 4 turkeys and stuff, you know, just like this, so. We'll see if anybody shows up.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, no, I think,
Well, but for how many people is there a sense that they've been saved by coming to your organization? Do they feel it? I mean, they're really, it sounds like it's cathartic almost.
yeah, I think it is, I think for everybody.
So the community's created out of this bond that's been developed, and the kinship is really a pseudo that becomes, real, I'm sure, at many levels.
Yeah, no, it's healing and it's transformational.
Yeah, it's interesting because with the book, when I'm writing about it with students and we're talking about how we relate, I think sometimes when you read something, you take it so literally. Like I've heard students say, well, I'm not in a gang, so I don't know what that's like. I'm like, and then so I have to bring it to like a human level about being human and relating, being able to understand what sorrow feels like and what loss feels like. And I love how you write about hope and the stories of hope, because without hope, you don't see the world as a beautiful place when it really is. But we all know what it feels like to not have hope in our lives sometimes.
What did you teach in the sociology department?
I teach English. Yeah, we didn't. I tried to actually nominate this for one book at Ventura because I'm at Ventura College, and they thought it was too religious. And I tried telling them that it's actually really easy to navigate the religion in the book because all these stories are about being human, like loving each other and being good to each other. And
do you know that in a whole network of Christian bookstores, it's banned? They won't sell it.
No.
Really?
And why is that? Do you think?
The language?
The language, yeah.
Oh.
And my agent, he said, I want it to be sort of a broad publishing house. And I said, I specifically said, I'm not interested in some narrow Christian publisher. Mm-hmm. But he went to all the Christian publishing houses anyway. They all said no. And Simon & Schuster said yes. I mean, that's what I wanted. I wanted a big publishing company. But interesting that all the Christian places were offended by it.
That's one of the threads throughout your stories. And that NPR radio with Terry Gross, do you bring them to Jesus? That a Christian group asking you that, and you say, they bring me to Jesus. It's not about converting or saving. It's about connecting and becoming one with someone. Being in the world, how do you say
You
it?
could give this talk too.
No, I could.
What's happening here?
I love this.
You're
I love
important
this.
here.
Being
in the world who God is.
Yes,
So
my
God
students were like, what does that mean? We were trying to grapple. What does that mean to be in the world who God is?
Obviously, it was too convoluted.
Yeah. Well, explain it.
Well, I said, who's God? God is compassion, loving kindness. And what are we called to do? We're called to be in the world who God is.
Yeah.
So compassionate, loving, kind, period.
I think along your lines, I think it was very clear in the book that, and there's a large portion of the population who won't fall along the religious line, but that didn't matter. And it was very clear that it does matter, but it didn't. The message didn't feel like a lot of religious type books that they're trying to sell you something. Yeah. They're trying to sell you on something. I did get the message here that it was just, like you said, it was just kindness and compassion, and then people who need it that don't understand it because they've never experienced it, and that message came through regardless of any other, regardless of the religious theme. Mm-hmm. For those people that don't have the same kind of religious convictions. So I think that's clear for anybody, not just.
But I could see where they might think it had too much spirituality or whatever, however you want to call it, for one book, one.
Yeah.
Well, we navigate it, like the quotes you have by Rumi, the close both eyes and see with the other eye. You can say that's we can look at something through a religious lens, but we can also look at it through through a broader lens. If you're looking at it through a broader lens, you can tie it into many different ways of seeing something.
I think Camarillo might have one book. I think I just agreed to something like that.
Oh, maybe.
Book, one city.
Yeah.
CSU?
No, it's a city.
It's a city.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think it's Camarillo.
I've never heard
Well,
that.
it's right next door,
Yeah.
Well, I think it's more important that the emphasis be on providing jobs. Where is this in the scheme of things these days, where you can actually say, okay, well, nobody's going to hire felons anymore, because I worked with an ex-offender program, and I've tried to find jobs for felons before. That was my job developer in an ex-offender organization. I know what it's like. I've done cold calling like you won't believe it. And the only ones who will hire are ex-offenders if they happen to have a body shop of their own.
Right.
which it's tough. And so just start your own business. I mean, this is a it's kind of like Delancey Street, in a way, right? How different are you from what they do?
Delancey Street?
It's another group in San Francisco.
I think because we work intentionally with gang members, that makes us different from Delancey Street.
So there's more broad
There's
in
are more
terms of offenses.
felons in general and people in recovery in particular.
The prospect for jobs with the economy, I mean, jobs are hard enough for everybody to come by right now. It must be even more difficult to find jobs for people who have previous.
Huge.
Yeah.
So in the old days, you could always find jobs for felons because there was enough to go around where people could say, okay, we're going to allocate a couple slots for your folks. And now the pool of unemployed is so huge, and it includes people who have good work experience, that if they're going to try to choose between a homie and somebody with a good work experience history, they're not going to pick the homie, so it's just more difficult.
I had a question. In working with that, as you mentioned, when you do have former gang members or former convicts find jobs, you ever hear them talk to you about how maybe they're mistreated by the employers? Because I mean, like I saw a movie. I mean, I'm referencing a movie, but still, I'm sure it happens in real life where this person, he was a former convict.
What was the movie?
Bound by Honor. Blood In, Blood Out.
Yeah.
They changed the title to suit the movie. But right there, he's working hard. He's doing his job. The manager, he loses money, and so he starts deducting from his check. And he's like, "Wait, what do you mean? Why I lose my money?" And he's like, "Well, hey, you know what? I saw you. You stole this money. You're gonna pay it back out of your check." And he's like, "Well, what are you talking about?" And he's like, "Well, look, who's your parole officer gonna believe, you or me?" So the guy just backs down and just takes it, and then he goes back into crime. And so I was wondering, do you ever hear reports or anything like that from any?
I think that's...
Because, they get a rougher gig,
Yeah.
Even when they do get a job.
Yeah, I think so, probably. We're always trying to appeal to employers at a level of kind of moral high road, where, if people want to be a part of the solution, then an employer would hire folks from Homeboy. And then they know that they've, contributed something to the safety of the streets, to, address the recidivism rate, the high percentage that folks who've been to prison return to prison. So we try to do it through churches as well, where we kind of say, who would Jesus hire, basically? And hopefully it moves them to a place where they go, yeah, okay.
Well, I promised
Father Bill?
I would not.
We have one more question over here.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this guy.
Go ahead.
Okay, so next year, I feel it's my calling to open up a sober living, faith-based home, and I would like to know if you have any advice on it. It's pretty much to help out women who are also either recovering from drugs and alcohol, or just trying to get away from the street life. Women who are coming out of prison or jails, institutions, and trying to learn a new lifestyle.
I just had a homie the other day. I said, "Where are you living?" He goes, "I'm living in a halfway sober living." Cool. Does that mean you're only halfway sober? I think it was a combo burger of sober living and halfway house, so only halfway sober. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know that much about them. Good ones are strict.
Yes.
In terms of testing and it's the same principle as our place, which is it's not for those who need help, it's only for those who want it. And when somebody kind of trips and stumbles, you go, you're going to have to leave.
Right.
But that just means you're not ready. But come back when you're ready. Same thing at our place. Because you have to have zero tolerance. Otherwise, if you tolerate it, then it infects the whole place. somebody getting high, okay, I'll let you get by this time, you know, because I've seen places like that just go under so fast, just because they were too, I don't even want to say kind-hearted, but you know, they were too, you just can't give a person a chance. You have to say, we got to, you know, come back when you're ready. You know. But the 12 steps are, I was watching this commercial, what's that very expensive, is it Passages?
Passages. In Malibu.
Yeah, and then the guy has the book and he goes, this is not some 12-step program. And I thought, how is that supposed to recommend this place? You know what I mean? I go, if it's not a 12-step program, then I'm, you know.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Shelley Savin.
Hi, Shelley. How you doing?
I'm fine. I introduced.
We're bringing him.
You're getting. You need to get me over there.
Well, I wanted to introduce you to our sign language interpreters. I wanted to meet you briefly.
I feel sorry for you because this will be. People who sign for me are with their hair out.
And
Alright, students. We will. I think there are some seats down in the front. I'm going to give you my card in case you guys ever need reserved for sociology. I'm going to give you my card, okay? Somebody got some seats reserved already? What?
Hey, can I get a couple questions with you guys? Just quick.
John, somebody was supposed to go.
What do you guys like about Homeboy Industries?
I like how they try to help you. Like, even though we messed up in the past, they're not judging us for that. They're trying to help us so we can have a better future. That's one thing I like.
You know, to a lot of young brothers on the street, what would you recommend like about Homeboy Industries, or if they're in the similar situation, what would you tell them to get them through?
To go and try it out, and when they get there, they'll know if it's for them, and if not, then like Father Greg said, you know, it's not your time. Just come back when you're ready. Like, you know, when you're ready to like leave all that stuff and stop kicking it with the homies, then go there. But if you're not, then you know, it's not the place to be.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
What was your name?
Miguel.
Again? Miguel. Miguel, it's nice meeting you, man.
Nice meeting you too. Thank you very much.
You too, man. Thank you for being here.